already. We see what went on with the whole debacle with the, you know what I'm saying, the 1501 thing between Megan Thee Stallion and Crawford. And we seen that Meg got out of that shit. She's with Rock Nation Management and she doing whatever she doing. But basically, Carl wants to share his side of the story of the disastrous Megan Thee Stallion 1501 fallout. So again, we're gonna talk about that. It is what it is at the end of the day. We heard a lot from Meg's side as well. At the time, she was going through that and the Tory situation. Apparently, she did get out of radio. And I kind of agreed with him a little bit. I think she dropped a mixtape, like something for the Hotties, which was some songs that already been out and like, what, 3 to 5 new songs? And I was like, yeah, baby. If them songs already been out, you can't pass that off as a new project. Like, let's not do all that. So I kind of agreed with him business-wise. At the end of the day, baby girl, bro, it is a business. As much as the contract might not be fair and it might be on some bullshit, at the end of the day, you did sign that. And it wasn't like, yo, you had a lot of albums to give. You just had one more album to give. So honestly, it's not that bad. You give that last album, you out of there. So again, not to say I don't understand, because nobody wants to get treated as Trump. Nobody wants to get finessed. But at the same time, it's like, hey, listen, there's been other people that have been in worse deals. So, hey, you have one more album to give, it ain't the worst. And you could get a bag somewhere else. And a lot of the time we see with these artists, the first deal they do sign, bro, is trash. They got to get through that first deal and get the other deals for it to be a little bit more beneficial and structural. Because at that point, you kind of know the game. You're not going to go off of the labels, judgment, as well as you probably can afford a lawyer that is invested in your interest. Because a lot of the time when they sign these artists and they're from bumblefuck nowhere, or they're just coming up, they don't have money for an entertainment lawyer or even a regular lawyer. So again, these contracts be long as fuck. You know, niggas ain't reading all that shit like that. So again, and sometimes you don't have an entertainment lawyer, they might just let you borrow the label's entertainment lawyer, who, yeah, sure, they're interested in you, but they also have a vested interest being the label's lawyer. So that's their number one. So yeah, it ain't gonna help. You gotta get your own peoples to deal with them. Because at the end of the day, yeah, he's looking over the shit for you, but they're still their peoples. But let's continue. Let's see what Cara had to say. Like, subscribe, help your boy out, help your boy girl. You know what it is. You know I'm the kid. You know what I'm talking about. Itty bitty little fleas. Yeah. But anyways, Carl Crawford, the founder and CEO of 1501 Entertainment, is revealing what went wrong between him and Megan Thee Stallion. For the most part, we only heard Megan Thee Stallion's point of view on the nasty split from her former label, 1501 Certified Entertainment. It was an extensive legal battle between the two parties, and eventually they went their separate ways. What happened to the other girl that was signed there? Now, after about a year and a half since losing the Houston superstar, was it Erica Banks? Something like that. But anyways, CEO Carl Crawford is looking back on the ordeal with honesty. He spoke with Audiomack co-founder and veteran hip-hop media of presence, Brian Sizok? I don't know how to say your last name. No disrespect, sir. About it, and got into how much it affected him and his company. For those who don't know, Crawford, he started 1501 especially by himself back in 2016. He invested $6 million of his own funds to get this dream off the ground. He was building record studios and focusing, by the way, sorry for the background noise, motherfuckers be calling niggas. But anyways, he was building record studios and focusing on working with local artists in his hometown. That also being Houston, Megan Thee Stallion would sign in 2018 to a 360 deal. Hey, if y'all don't know about these 360 deals, let me explain to you real quick. So basically what a 360 deal is you don't really make any money. Like 360, like you just do a little spin and you're back where you're at. So you go like this, you're back exactly where you were. Yeah, you know, you got a little trinkets, you know, might get a little bust now, might get a little jewelry, whatever. You get a little trinkets from your deal. But even though you get a little trinkets from your deal, you right back to where you got to. A lot of people don't understand. Yeah, you sign these contracts, you get the advances for you to like make your album and do all that other shit. And then once for you to really see any return on the project, the label has to recoup first. Then you get like a couple cents off of $1 or however they do it. They break it down in the contract. That's why I read the contracts. But anyways, you don't really make much. So a lot of the time you see these artists doing shows or taking endorsement deals or doing other shit to keep them afloat a bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. as well. Now, as time has progressed, and if you're an artist of that stature, like you really doing numbers, then yes, you could get some more out of the label, and they kind of can't give you these basic deals or these opportunistic and trash deals. They are going to give you a deal that maybe is more of a 50-50 or even suits you better. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of they're not just fucking taking money out your pocket. It's like you getting something. They still getting a lot from the projects and everything, but you getting something. They ain't lowballing you. They can't really talk to you like that. It's like Drake and his $400 million deal that he got from Universal. Crazy amount, but regardless. And that's just off music. We all know Drake be doing other shit as well. So anyways. Which is a contract known in music circles. It essentially means that the label gets a percentage of all the streams of income artists can have. Basically what I was saying. Merchandise, concerts, the music, of course, and more. So anything you do, they get a cut, basically. So yeah, you ain't really doing nothing. You ain't doing your big one, I ain't gonna lie. It was just one reason why Meg would wind up departing. Today, Carl Crawford admits that it wasn't the soundest contract and that he's doing things that benefit artists more. Okay, yes, listen, I've been saying these music niggas is shiesty. Read the shits. That's really all it is. Hey, listen. Run it up a little bit. I understand sometimes they get to you when you're in a fucked up position and you're gonna sign what you're gonna sign. I understand. But, hey, read this shit, bro. You ain't got a lawyer. You know that one dude. And when I say dude, I'm talking about man and girl. But you know that one person that's in law school that got a law background. Maybe they a paralegal. Something like, yeah, just make them read this shit, bro. Get like, yo, it's difficult, but yeah, you got to figure it out because these motherfuckers is finessing. And then when you sit here, like you feel like you wrong, they like, oh no, you signed this, you signed this, you signed this, you signed this, and you can't really do nothing. So again, as much as yes, you know, we could say about the whole Megan Tory situation, whichever side you're on, it is what it is. Yeah, she was getting finessed in a contract. Now, again, me, when she tried to pass off the mixtape, I was like, they signed a contract. That was a mixtape. That wasn't really a project. Hey, giving them the actual album. It's literally just one more album. And then you could go get your bag. That's really it. Now, if this was just the beginning of the contract, and you had like 2 to 3 more albums, I'm like, yeah, I understand. Like, yeah, but like, hey, off that, hey, you just have one more. It ain't that difficult. That's just me. I didn't fully understand the business at that time. Back then, we just came in with a number, like us taking 40% of her net profit. That was just me not knowing the business. Because of how popular and beloved she came, Carl Crawford saw how negative the narratives were around him. I went from being seen as a hardworking athlete to a villain in music overnight, he said to Brian. But like most things, it takes time to get a firm grasp on the thing you are trying to accomplish. This nasty father has taught him a lot about how to run a label, and he says he's going to be more hands-on overall. I don't let anyone control what I'm doing anymore, he said. He also says that he has a 10-person staff now compared to before where it was just... Nigga, there is no disrespect to Carl Crawford. How the fuck do you have a record label and you're the only staff? There's no fucking way you getting shit done. I'm hiring niggas, bro. But anyways, while he didn't handle Megan Thee Stallion the best, he's been gaining the trust of artists and slowly rebuilding his brand. One of his most notable signees has been a 19-year-old MC Lil CO, a Mississippi native who we have shouted out here on the site before. While this story may not win the hotties over, it's nice to see Crawford is starting over from square one and rebuilding the image of 1501 the right way. Megan has been independent since October 2023, although she does have a distribution deal with Warner Records. Which honestly, yeah, just get, hey, listen. You can be mostly independent, you get your distribution, get your publishing deal, and it is what it is at the end of the day. Now again, hey, listen, we have to be fair. He got his side off. And it was what it was. At least he admits like his practices was not right and he's trying to better himself, but we'll see that in time. And as hopefully other artists can vouch for that he has changed, but we'll see exactly what happens with this. But yeah, what do y'all think about this? Comments down below, links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ Delweiler doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more though. Sorry for the background noise. You already know what it is though. I'm gone. Slimes on peace, y'all. Gang. Aye.